Have you ever caught yourself staring at your credit card bill, doing the math at the supermarket, and thinking, how did we end up here? The truth is, no one dreams of living in debt. But between the hustle at work, raising kids, and trying to keep things dignified at home, a lot of good people have ended up financially underwater. And what if I told you that, even in this situation, there's still time to turn things around, realistically, not with empty promises. By 2030, yes, you can become a millionaire. And this isn't motivational fluff. It's a plan, step by step, with 9 practical tips that any mother or father can apply. So if you want to reclaim your freedom, give your family a decent future, and prove that it's possible to rise from the mud and build real wealth, stay with me until the end. And hit the like button now, because this might be the turning point in your financial life. And if you want more videos like this, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because here, we talk about money with truth and purpose. Imagine you're flying a plane through a storm. The fuel is running low, your instruments seem to be failing, and you don't know exactly where you are. That's exactly how many parents feel when they look at their financial lives. Debts, stacked up bills, growing kids, and a crushing sense of helplessness. But here's the truth. Admitting you're lost isn't weakness, it's the first step to finding the exit route. Most families who are doing well today started in chaos. The difference? They didn't sit around waiting for help to fall from the sky. They took action. And that's what you're going to start doing today. If this content is already hitting home for you, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. This journey begins with a click, and with a firm decision, to step out of the fog and take control of your financial life. If you were running a bankrupt company, what would you do? You'd cut costs, renegotiate debts, sell off useless assets, and focus on what really brings returns. So why do you treat your personal finances differently? It's time to step into the role of CEO of your household. There's no point in hiding from your credit card bill. There's no point in covering the sun with the revolving credit of a card. You need to approach your situation with logic and strategy. List all your debts. Sort them by amount, by interest, by urgency. Negotiate them one by one. Call, talk, propose, insist. Show that you're willing to solve it. Because debt isn't erased by guilt. It's erased with courage. And while you wait for the right time, interest is having a party with your future. If you want to flip the game, start by cutting today what's only feeding the hole. And don't forget, like the video now to support this kind of content and show that you're committed to your turnaround. Money is like water in a leaky bucket. If you don't know where the holes are, you'll keep filling it up and never see results. Many moms and dads keep complaining that money just doesn't stretch. But when you ask how much exactly comes in and how much goes out, nobody knows. You need to track every cent. And it's not a luxury. It's survival. Use a notebook, an app, whatever you have. But record everything. The bread from the bakery, the phone recharge, that cheap Shopee order. When you see it all written out, you'll feel angry, and that anger will turn into action. You'll find out where you're bleeding and where you can stop the leak. Want to learn more practical tools to control this? Subscribe now and turn on notifications. We're bringing much more on this. There's hidden gold inside your house, and you haven't even noticed. That empty garage? It could be a parking space. That cake recipe only you know. It could be a business. Your skills in sewing, cutting hair, painting, organizing, plumbing, all of it can become extra income. Even if it's just $100 a week. That's money coming in outside your salary. It's the beginning of a new logic. Your home stops being just a place of consumption and becomes a place of production. Get the family involved. Bring ideas. Make it a team project. And if you want more suggestions on how to make money from home, comment down below, "I want ideas," and hit like. We'll make a video packed with practical ideas. Every time you get paid and spend everything without saving a dime for yourself, you're saying, "Everyone deserves my money, except me." That needs to stop. The rule is simple. Save at least 10% of everything that comes in. Even with debts. Even if it's a little. It's the principle of building, of freedom, of security. It's not about how much. It's about the habit. Those who save before they spend become the masters of their own destiny. Start with $20 or $10. Save. Invest. Protect it. That money is the seed that, in a few years, could become the foundation of your million. And if you're just starting and want to know where to put that money, stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe now because there's a video coming just about investments for beginners. You brush your teeth every day, right? Because you know that if you don't, the problems will come. Money works the same way. Financial education needs to be daily. You don't need an expensive course or a technical book. Watch videos like this one, read articles, listen to podcasts on the bus or before bed. Just 15 minutes a day can change the way you think. You'll notice how your mind starts rejecting waste and seeking opportunities. And then, the inevitable happens. You evolve. As Robert Kiyosaki says, financial education isn't about how much you earn, it's about what you do with what you earn. If that quote hit you, write in the comments, I choose to learn. And don't forget to like the video, because learning also takes action. Being in debt is an invisible pain. It's smiling on the outside while crying on the inside. It's hiding collection calls from your kids. It's pretending everything's fine so you don't worry the ones you love. But let me tell you something, that doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. What's going to define you from now on isn't the debt, but your response to it. Take care of your self-esteem like a treasure. Read uplifting things. Stay close to people who inspire you. Speak well of yourself. Because if you break on the inside, no amount of planning will hold things up. Self-esteem is the engine of the turnaround. Protect it fiercely. What if you lost your job today? What would keep you afloat? That's why you need to build a second source of income. Something that works in your spare time and grows with consistency. Online sales, services, a YouTube channel, product reselling, sewing, meal prepping, crafts. What matters isn't how fancy it is. It's consistency. Work with what you already know. Improve little by little. When that new source grows, you'll have options. And freedom is having options. Want a list with 20 ideas to start with little? Subscribe and turn on the bell. The video's coming this week. You don't need to wait for extra money to start investing. That mindset holds you back. Start with what you have. $30, $50. Open an account with a secure brokerage. Start with government bonds, fixed income products, or simple funds. Every cent invested is a brick in your financial fortress. Remember the Chinese bamboo? It stays underground for years before suddenly shooting up meters in days. That's what investing is like. Invisible at first, enormous later. If you want to learn where and how to invest, even starting from zero, comment, I want to learn to invest. We'll bring you clear, simple guidance. A lot of people try to fix their finances by hiding problems from their family. But that only creates tension and stress. Bring your kids, your spouse. Explain the plan. Show the goal. Set targets together. Get the kids to help at the store, compare prices, understand the value of money. Teach them early. Wealth starts at the foundation. And when your family becomes a team, everything moves faster. If you want your children to grow up free from the cycle of debt, start today. Talk. Include them. Empower. Build together. Reaching $1 million might seem impossible now, but it's not. And more importantly, it's not the end goal. It's the symbol of everything you've learned, built, and overcome. Becoming a millionaire is more about mindset than your bank balance. It's about autonomy. It's knowing that if everything falls apart, you can start over. And that million begins with $10 choices, small sacrifices, firm decisions. The road is long, but it's possible. And the fact that you've made it this far proves you've got the strength to keep going. You can leave this video and continue your life as usual. Or you can leave and make your first change. Maybe cut an expense. Open a spreadsheet. Set aside $20. Call your family for a talk. That decision is yours. But know this, while many are stuck in the mindset that there's no way to change, you now know the path. And if this video truly moved you, leave a like right now, comment, I'm on this journey until 2030, and subscribe to the channel. Because this channel is for those who are tired of just surviving, and ready to live with purpose and freedom. The first tip is perhaps the hardest to face. Treat your debts like a company in crisis. If you're in the red today, You need to act like a CEO in an emergency. Cut everything non-essential. Sell what brings no return. Talk to your creditors. Make deals. Reduce interest rates. But above all, control your emotions. Debt is solved with cold strategy, not with desperation. As the saying goes, it's not about how much you earn, it's about how poorly you spend. And if you start here, you're already ahead of 90% of people who just keep kicking the problem down the road. The second tip is simple but powerful. Track every single cent that comes in and goes out. If you don't know where the money went, you're financially blind. And when you live in the dark, any step could be your downfall. Use a notebook, a spreadsheet, an app, whatever works. But know exactly how much your life costs. That's when you'll realize you're paying for 2 streaming services you don't use, that Friday night takeout is costing you the same as a tank of gas, and in the end, you're funding the chaos of your own routine. Like this kind of direct truth. Then hit the like button now and comment, "I'm taking control." Now, listen carefully to the third tip. Turn your house into a profit center, not just a place of consumption. You might be sitting on opportunities without realizing it. Your garage could become a parking space for neighbors. Your kitchen could be the launchpad for selling lunchboxes or cakes. Your kid could help you record simple TikTok videos with tips you're both learning, creating content, and, eventually, extra income. Sounds small? That's how big stories begin. In fact, if you know someone who needs to hear this, share this video with them right now. Sometimes, one video changes a family's destiny. The fourth tip takes courage. Set aside at least 10% of all the income you receive. Even if you're in debt. It may seem impossible, but it's a matter of priority. When you save before spending, you're paying yourself first. That money can go toward an emergency fund, an initial investment, or even to start a small business. But it represents the beginning of your freedom. It's like planting a seed in dry soil. Will it take time? Yes. But it will grow. And it will surprise you. The fifth tip might sound counterintuitive, but it's crucial. Study personal finance every single day for at least 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be with a technical book or an expensive course. Free videos, podcasts, channels like this one. What matters is feeding your mind with new ideas. Because a poor mind isn't one with little money, it's one that refuses to learn. As author Robert Kiyosaki once said, financial education is not about how much you earn. It's about what you do with what you earn. If that makes sense to you, subscribe to the channel now, because the content we bring is for regular people building real wealth. The sixth tip is more emotional than technical, but just as important. Protect your self-esteem. Debt often comes with guilt, shame, and a sense of failure. But the truth is, being in debt doesn't define you. What defines you is what you choose to do from this moment on. You're the pillar of your household, and if you collapse, everything else falls with you. Strengthen your mind. Be around people who lift you up. And when you feel like giving up, remember, wealth doesn't start in your wallet, it starts in your mindset. The seventh tip is this. Build a side income until it becomes bigger than your current salary. It could be through sales, service work, content creation, or online reselling. But you need something that works even if your main job ends. Start small, in your free time, with what you already know how to do. When that source of income grows, you'll have the freedom to negotiate your time, your career, and your choices. And if you want me to make a video with low-cost business ideas, comment below, "I want side income ideas." The eighth tip is where everything starts to change. Invest consistently, even with small amounts. What you save today can become thousands tomorrow. And you don't have to wait for extra money to begin. Invest in treasury bonds, simple funds, or even fractional stocks. The important thing is to build the habit. Because every investment is like a soldier working for you while you sleep. Remember the story of the Chinese bamboo? It grows underground for years, invisible, until one day it shoots up several meters in weeks. Investing is like that. Invisible patience that becomes explosive freedom. And the ninth tip, maybe the most important, don't try to do this alone. Share your goals with your family. Explain that the changes are for a greater good. Involve the kids, teach them about money early. Turn your home into a support system, not a battleground. Financially united families build wealth faster. And if you want to be part of a community of people on this same journey, comment below, "I'm on this journey until 2030, and I'll know you're one of us." Now I ask you, what are you going to do today, still today, to change your tomorrow? You can go back to your routine, ignore all of this, and keep struggling, or you can use this video as a turning point. The choice is yours. But if you've made it this far, I know there's something in you that refuses to keep living on autopilot. So, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone you love. Because no one wins alone. And together, we'll get there. By 2030, $1 million isn't just a number. It's the symbol of your transformation. Let's go.